Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is April 28th and it's the last working day of the month, and you know what that means. It's payday, y'all. Hey, your girl got a payday. So I'm excited about this payday, and there's not a specific reason why. I just feel a lightness. I feel a joy in knowing that all of my bills are taken care of and there is finances to make sure that I'm meeting all of the obligations that I have as a parent and a mom, and just as an individual. I think it feels really good to me to be able to know that I can pay my bills, because there was a time when I struggled to pay bills. So I'm extremely thankful that I have what I have, and I'm extremely thankful to be able to do what I can do. So we're going to jump right in. I don't know how many of you saw the video that I did. I think it was this week, it might have been last week, but it was a pre-budget process video. It was the pre-budget to the budget. It was where you, if you are just a budget committee member of one like I am, sit down and look at your bills, or if you are a budget committee that has two individuals, where you and your husband or your person that you share bills with sit down and discuss what needs to be paid, when, and how much is coming in. If you have not checked out that video, let me encourage you to do so, because there's a lot that goes on in the thought process before you actually start to do your bills. Your bills pretty much are governed by the dates they're due and what it is. You know, we all need utilities. We all need a place to stay. So we have to, you know, pay for those things. But then there are the little things that sneak by you that you forget, that you didn't think about. And I will tell you as the very absolute truth, this is that you see right here where it says updated April 28th, 2017. I have already done this budget 5 times. I think a minimum of 5 times, because I kept forgetting things. But I'm excited to jump in and share with you what I'm going to be doing with my paycheck this month. So here we go. Nothing changes for me except the month, right? I'm still using my same spreadsheet that I normally would use when I'm putting together my monthly budget. This is a spreadsheet. I've sent this to quite a few people that have asked me to send it to them, and I know that there are some people that are using it, and I'm excited about that for you guys. I have 2 categories. I have the budgeted category, what I think it's going to cost me, and then what I actually spend on my items. On this spreadsheet, it tells me, once I put in my actual column, what is the percentage of my take-home pay that's being spent on each category. And then each category is listed. So I'll go down the categories that I have for this month. I have charitable gifts. This is just what's on my budget sheet all the time. Charitable gifts, savings, housing, utilities, food, transportation, clothing, medical and health, personal items, recreation, and then any debts. And then the last thing is my income for the month. So what I do is I always start at the income section, and I put in what I make in payroll. And remember, I only count my net pay. Is what I bring home. I do not count before taxes, because Uncle Sam comes in and he takes what, you know, belongs to him, and then all of my deductions that come out for medical and all of those things I have covered, my children and different things. So I just simply put in my take-home pay. Now, in the month of April, we have what's called a supplement. It's a little bit in addition to what I normally would make in a month. And this month, my supplement was, this half, we get it twice a year, October and April. So this is the last that I would get for this school year. My supplement was $1,800. Now, by the time they tax it, it turned out to be about $1,200 and some change or something like that. So my total payroll that I'm putting in my budget sheet for the month of April is $3,938.65. That is about $1,200 more than what I had last month. And the reason I know that is because I actually pulled out my April sheet, and my payroll for April was $2,721.36. So I'm roughly about $1,200 more this month than I had last month. And most people will say, woo, you got more money. Girl, what could you do? Well, that's why I have the pre-budget meeting with myself to say, what do I need to do? Because there were a lot of expenses that still hit me. One of the reasons I do not do sinking funds is because I budget out all of my money for the penny. So the sinking fund works that you put a little bit away every month until you get to the month you're going to need to use that amount of money. Well, when you budget to the penny, there is no extra money to put into the sinking funds. So I use my supplemental income in October and April as my sinking funds, and that's when I do all of my big purchases, things that I need, all of the things that I need to pay, and different little things that pop up, and that's when that's where I put that money, or that's when I use that money. So a couple of things that came up for the month of April, well, going into May, that I had not originally planned for and are not on my budget sheet. Gracie's getting spayed because we are not going to have any little puppies at our house. I had to get, I got my eyes checked in April, the beginning of the month, and I needed a prescription for my glasses. I got my contacts, which were covered by my eye insurance, but then I had to pay some out of pocket for my contacts, but I didn't have enough to pay for my glasses. So I said, well, I'll think about it. I have the prescription, and if I need to go get it, this would be the time that I would get it, because there's finances to do it now. We're coming up on a pest inspection where they're just going to come out and spray the house. They do it every 3 months. And I actually thought my annual inspection was due for my termites, but that is not due until August. So they're just going to come out and do the 3-month spray, but that actually is coming up this month. I'm trying to think of some extra things that just, and it's just things like that that come up that need to be paid. So I'm going to go down my budget sheet and let you know where I put the money. And I actually asked some of you to say, hey, if you would give me a thought process, tell me where you would put the money. And some people gave me some thought process or some suggestions, and I do appreciate that, and I hope that what I did worked out. So I have my charitable contributions, which should be about 10 to 15% of my income if you're doing the Dave Ramsey zero-based budget plan, which is what I do. And so that will come out for me to $639. Then we do the extra ministry, and I partner with them monthly for $30. So far I've paid $664 to my tithe and offering and $30 to the ministry. So right now I'm sitting at 16.62% of charitable contributions, and I am okay with that. Savings. Now last month I did not have anything to put towards savings, and I have my house savings plan, my emergency fund. I did not have any money to put into savings, and I didn't. I was fortunate enough to be able to put $600 into my savings account. $600 into the emergency fund, and my emergency fund is fully funded at $1,000, but I like to have more than that, because if I have to dip into the 1,000, then I'm going to be that much less for having that fund be at 1,000. So whatever I can chunk into savings, I try to chunk into savings. So I was able to put $600. Actually, I didn't remember this. I put $660 into savings this month. So I have to add that on, which was a addition of $660 because I did not have that previously. So half of my supplement take home I put in my savings. The next thing I have coming in, and my savings actually this month is 14.37%, and your savings should be between 5 and 10% of your take-home pay, and I'm okay with that. My housing between 25 and 35%. Now my mortgage is normally $874.02, and I remember watching a video with His and Her Money, Ty and Talent. they talked about finding $20 extra to put into their mortgage, and they were trying to find whatever money they could find to put into their mortgage. And I said, I am going to find some extra money from somewhere so that I could round my mortgage out to $900, because when I was living in the apartment, I was paying $949. So it's not like I wasn't used to already being close to that number, because I was. But I found an extra $25.98 that I was able to apply to my principal payment only. And this month my mortgage payment was $900. I chose to not pay my homeowners association dues because I am paid up through June. I paid for the first 6 months through June, and I don't have to pay again until July 1st. I was going to go ahead and pay it and be done for the year, but because I am paid up until June, that gives me a couple more months that I can just pay it then. So no homeowners association dues. For lawn care, I took out my $50 for my lawn guy. He cuts my grass twice a month, $25 a time. Last month I paid him $60 because he would come and take the puppy out some for us, but we have not really needed him. She's been able to be in her crate a little bit longer each time that we leave, and we always walk her before we crate her if we have to go somewhere. So she is doing much better, so we have not had to have anybody to come over and take her out. So I did not account for that this month. I just put $25. My pest inspection, for them to come out, they're going to spray in the house and outside of the house because it is getting warm and the bugs are waking up, and they're, trying to come in the house, and it's like, no, that's not what we're doing. So our pest inspection is going to be $125, and they're coming in May to spray the house. The cell phone for my iPhone insurance is $7.99. So my total that I spent in the housing category was $957.99 at 22.94% of my income went to housing, and I'm well within my limits of 25 to 35%. The next category, I was excited about this because for the beginning of April, I had some large expenses that I could not explain. And when I called the water company, they said, it's probably that you have a toilet that's hanging. And I did. The master toilet kept hanging, and the water kept running and running and running. My water bill was twice as much as what I had been used to paying. So when I saw my stuff this month, I was excited because I've already got my water bill. I've already got my utility bill. Last month, I paid for utilities $102.55. This month, I paid $83.21, which was a reduction of $19.34. So I was excited about that reduction. My cell phone bill is going to stay the same at $106. That doesn't change. My cable bill, I was excited about that. Last month, I paid it's the same. No, it's not. I counted in $69 last month, but my cable bill ended up being like $78. So this month I budgeted in $78, but my cable bill, which is just the internet and a home phone, actually only ended up being $69.72, which gave me a reduction of $8.28. My water bill last month, for going into the month of April, was $123.15. My water bill that I just paid today was $69.75 for a reduction of $53.40. So all in all, my utilities was $222.68, which is 5.33% of my take-home income, which is between 5 and 10%. So I'm well within my budgets there. Now, a big jump that I did this month, and I actually am so thankful that I did this, was in my food budget. Last month, we only had $160 in our food budget. And that was, that's okay. Look, I coupon. So I know how to find the deals. I buy on sale with a coupon equals free or close to free. That's how I buy it. If it's not on sale this week, then we don't get it. We wait till next week because it's going to be on sale next week. So I know how to budget and do it on the cheap. I've had as low as $25 a week for groceries. That was hard. That was really hard, but we still did it. And we had a lot in our pantry and a lot in our freezer and a lot in the fridge, and we made through. But I made a conscious choice and a decision to bump my grocery budget this month. And here's the reason. When you're doing Weight Watchers, you have to buy a lot of fresh produce and a lot of fresh fruit and just things that are low in calories, low in fat, low in carbs. And so the produce some weeks is more expensive than other weeks. Like this week, grapes are $2.99 a pound. So I was not able to get that as a fruit for the kids, but we were able to get cantaloupe, which was buy one and get one free. So I bumped up my grocery budget to $360, which bumped me $200. So the reason I did that, and I actually went to the grocery store yesterday and spent $71, but that'll give me $75 a week, which is the most grocery budget I've had in a long time. I average between $40 and $60 a week is what I average. But I'm going to have $75 a week. And what I figure is I can buy my main groceries and some fresh produce, but getting towards the end of the week, like the weekend when we're all home, we really need a few more of those fruit items. My son loves apples, Alana loves bananas, I love grapes and strawberries, and so we just run out of those things because we consume them very quickly. So I was excited to bump my budget. I actually was going to bump it to $400 and do a Costco trip for $100, but I decided not to do Costco because there were a couple other things that I really needed to take care of. And so Costco was not a pressing matter. They had a lot of items I could get for smart points and for cheap smart points. But really the reality is our freezer is full, our fridge is full, our freezer is full. So we're actually going to be doing a pantry challenge in the month of May to kind of get rid of some of the items we already have. Now, and so my grocery budget should be between 5 and 15% of my income, and that actually was 8.62%. Transportation, that's my car payment, gas, car insurance, oil, license, and taxes, and car maintenance. So I don't have a car payment. My car is totally paid off. It's a 2001. It's not a new car. I bought it for a really low amount. I traded in an old car, and I had some money that I took out of my 401k to go ahead and pay it off, and I spent like 2 or 3 years paying myself back to the 401k, so I'm not even paying any of that back. My car is paid for, no car payment. My gas, I do $26 a week in my car. That takes us where we need to go, and so I budgeted in $129 for my gas. Today I filled up with $26, so I have $103 left for the rest of the month. I don't have, we paid our car insurance last month for 6 months, so we're good. Oh, we didn't pay it last month. It's actually not due until October. It's not due yet. We still have some time. I was thinking it was due in February, but it's not due. Maybe it was due in February. I can't remember. But my son and I paid the insurance. So we're good for 6 months. Whatever day it was due, we're still good for the next 6 months. So no car insurance. I got my oil changed this month. No taxes because I paid those at the beginning of the year in January. And I don't have any scheduled routine maintenance because I already had the oil change. So I'm good on that. I did not put a clothing budget in, but I do need to get Jackson some t-shirts, and I do need to get Alana a pair of sandals because she's grown out of her sandals. So I have to figure out where I'm gonna work that. Last month I had oil, so I took off $30, so that gave me an increase of $30. But I increased my gas budget by $10, so I'm about $20 to the good. Under medical and health, I do not have any under there because I still have money on my benefits card. I called today. I have about $180, and that benefits card runs to the end of August, and then it reloads itself September 1st. So I have about $180 left on the benefits card, and we didn't need any medications. I did use $10 today because Jackson had to go to the doctor. He's got some real bad sinus issues, and so it's really allergies. But so I had my benefits card. I didn't need to spend any money. I'm going over on the back of my sheet because I have a 2-page sheet. My personal spending, Healthways, goes into that's my gym membership. It's what I pay to my health insurance, and they allow me to go to 6 different gyms in the city that I live in and the city next to me. And actually with that membership, I can go to any Healthways gym as a visitor or a guest. So that's $25. That's going to come out of my bank in about the middle of the month. Hair care, I put in $50 for Alana to get her hair done this next week, and for me to get my hair done. But I think I'm just going to let her get her hair done at $50, and that was a addition because last month she did not get her hair done. She'll get her hair done this month. I put in for Gracie $35 for her puppy food, and we think that that's lasting her about 3 weeks to a month, so we're good on puppy food. I do need to buy her some bully sticks because she is biting the molding in the house because she's out of bull sticks, so I will get her some of those tomorrow. And then I put in $150 for her spay. It should be about $115 for the surgery, and then I put in a little bit in case she needed antibiotics or anything like that. So I budgeted in about $150 for her spay. Home improvements, I had originally had on one of my other budgets like $150, and then I needed to take away because I had some other things that I really needed to take care of more, like more groceries and for Gracie. So I only put $55 in my home improvement budget, and I think I'm going to try to either change out these curtains, or I am going to do the kitchen curtains, and then maybe grab a couple towels. One of my subscribers told me that Kohl's had some towels on sale, and I did see them online, and she even sent me how to get a coupon code. They are $2.99, so it should be like $2.64 with a coupon code, and so I'm going to try to get at least 5 or 6 new towels and then a set of curtains for the kitchen, and that should be my $55 budget for this month. And I'll just do something else next month to improve my home. I did put in $45 for my supplement. I take a supplement that just helps me with a little bit of regularity. I get a 3-month supply, which is 90 pills, and it's $45. Jackson, his birthday is on Sunday, and I had originally planned to have some friends over, and we were going to just do hot dogs on the grill. I don't have a grill. I got to buy a grill. We were going to do hot dogs and cake and ice cream. Well, tonight was very busy for us. This is Friday night. Tomorrow I have to work at school, and then tomorrow afternoon is a speaking engagement that I have in South Carolina. And then I had to drive back here, and then Sunday is Children's Sunday, where both my kids will be, Alana will be singing and Jackson will be narrating a play. And I just felt like that was going to be a lot in this weekend because I had to work as well. What I told him was I would buy him what he wanted, and then we would push the ice cream and cake to another day. So I budgeted in about $25 for something that he wanted, and he picked out a book from Amazon. It's the Prince Warrior series by Priscilla Shirer. This is book number 3. We already had books 1 and 2 because we found those at the Christian bookstore, but they did not have number 3. It was not out when I bought the first 2. So I went online yesterday. I bought him the book. So the book is ordered. It's just not here yet. And that'll be one birthday gift, and then there's another $13 in there. I'm not sure what he wants to do with his $13, but we'll do something. And then next week or the week next, we'll end up doing cake and ice cream with just some friends. And Taekwondo, again, for the month, it's just mom and the 2 kids take Taekwondo, so that's $325, and I've already paid that. Then my Pure Flix is $7.99, and then I took out for myself some blow money at $50. And the reason I did that is I want to take care of my kids. I want to make sure they have everything they want or need. I make sure they have everything they need, and I do provide some of their wants. And my older kids, I want to make sure they have stuff. I want to do for people. I want to be a support for other people. But there are just times when I want to do something for Shakema. And I love to thrift, and I love to just find some good deals. And one of the thrift consignment stores that I shop at now just posted they were going to have a dollar clearance rack. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, this is where, and I end up going there and spending my blow money on the kids. You know, I'm like, oh, this will be cute for Alana. Oh, let me get that for Alana. Oh, Shamika look good in this. You know, and I spend my thrift money on my kids, but that's what brings me joy. I enjoy doing that for them, but I allot the money for myself just so I would be able to have that. And then my student loan was $52.29, which I already paid that. But I was able this month to pay extra principal payment towards the student loan of $7.71. So I actually paid $60 on my student loan. Now let me just say this about my student loan, because I thought I owed about $8,800 on the loan. I checked it when I paid the bill, and I'm now at $8,500 and some change, just a little few dollars in there. So my plan is to chunk away as much of that student loan as I can from now until the rest of the year, because I can pay that principal payment, because I am not sitting under this debt. $8,500 is the only debt that I have, not counting my home, and I refuse to sit under that debt. So I am going to chunk away every little few cents is either going to be the loan, and I'll put a little bit towards the mortgage, but I want to get that loan paid off. And here's why. I would like to save for a new car for me and the kids. Now, there's nothing wrong with my car. The car I have works very nicely for us. It's a little bit bigger. I used to have a Corolla. We now have a Camry. We do very well. But with my gear bag, their gear bags, whenever we have to go on a tournament, our whole trunk is full of gear from Taekwondo, and we can't really fit anything else in the trunk. So I would like to save for a relatively inexpensive, low in miles, used minivan that we could actually still put our gear in the van. The kids could have their own seats. Mom could have just a little space to put her stuff in, and we don't feel so cramped or so tight whenever we're traveling, because we do go to tournaments and stuff with Taekwondo, and I do want to feel comfortable. I want to be able to take other people if they need ride or whatever. But so that's my goal, is to pay this debt and then to save up enough to pay in cash. I'll trade in my car and pay in cash for a minivan for the kids and I. So that's not this year, maybe not the next 2 years, but that's a goal that I have. The goal number one is to take care of the student loan. I've carried it long enough, and it's time to really just start chunking at it. And I have the wherewithal now to do that. Quick update with the kids. Dad seems to kind of be getting back on track a little bit, so I will be able to take that portion to put towards some of their needs, and then I can pull some of my money to chunk off at the student loan. Right now I'm doing their full 100% support, and as soon as things get back on track with Dad, then what I was putting towards for all of them, I can take that and chunk towards that student loan. So that's my goal for the month, for the year, and that's my budget for the month of April. So I will show you that I did my budget sheet. This is what it looks like, and you'll actually see my categories here. This is what I budget here, and then this is what I actually spent over here. And so I just made little notes on my sheet if I was up or if I was negative. You know, if I gained money, that was a plus money for me, and if I had to spend more money, that was a negative money for me. And I did put here when I updated it last, because I wanted to make sure that I know this is the most current budget that I'm working with. And then this is what it looks like where I put in my payroll. Let's see if you can see. Oh, there it is. Where I put in my payroll or my income, and then any other categories. Anything that's marked in red, that is a oh, you can't see that. Anything marked in red is a cash category or cash envelope. And then The same thing that I do every month, I did this month. I just turned my sheet over and I put my cash envelopes. And this is what I'm going to be having as cash. My lawn, my groceries, money for Gracie's food. I'm going to actually pay for her surgery using my card because I don't want to carry that much money around with me. Jackson's money for his birthday. So I've already spent $13 on his book. He has 12 left. My blow money is $50. Hair money was $50. My home improvement was $55. And then all in all together, that ended up being $552. And then when I went to the bank, I asked for these denominations. I didn't have any hundreds. I needed 350s, 15 20s, 6 10s, 8 5s, and 2 1s for a total of $552 and 0 cents. I didn't have any cents this week. So that's the budget. I do have all of my cash, and I was able to get some extra envelopes from the bank. Again, that's what I asked them for, just a few. And then I have actually some extra envelopes here at the house. So I'm just going to get out my cash and I'm going to start stuffing in my envelopes. So I have lawn care as an envelope. And I will tell you this, I actually bought some really, really cute envelopes from an Etsy shop. And I say that someone blessed me with the finances to buy the envelopes. She bought some, and I was like, oh, those are so pretty, where'd you get them? And she said, here, I want you to have some. So she got me some, and I can't remember the name of the Etsy shop. I'll look for it, and if I can remember, but they're really pretty. They haven't gotten here yet though. When they get here, I'll show you, and then I'll try to link the Etsy shop in the description box. So I've got groceries, week 2, because I'm always going to put week 1 in my wallet. I've got groceries week 3, groceries week 4. I'm going to put Jackson's money, blow money, hair money I'll put in the envelope because she's not getting her hair done this week. And then home improvement I'll put in my wallet. So I'm going to begin to stuff my envelopes. I've got all my cash. Make sure I got all my envelopes here. So I've got everything labeled. Everything is labeled. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It really doesn't. It just has to be done. One of the things that I was telling somebody earlier is that I may not do my budget exactly right every month or stick to my budget exactly every month, but I consistently do my budget. And when I consistently do my budget, then I usually turn out right every time. The consistency of it. And my mindset has changed to I'm not operating without the budget. I'm operating with the budget, and I know where things go. So if I carelessly spend, that's definitely on me, but my budget helps to keep me on track. Even if I can't make it all happen this time, I still have the budget, so I know how it's supposed to happen. And when that surprise comes in, or that blessing comes in, then I'll know where I need to allocate those funds. So think about it like that. You know, how can God bless us if we don't even have a plan for the blessing? And for me, it's best to have the budget set up and trust God for the blessing to come in to help cover an area I'm short. But at least when it comes in, I already know where it needs to go. Without knowing, then I just haphazardly may spend, and that's not the best course of action in my mind for my household. I can't tell anybody else how to run their household. I can tell you that God has blessed me, and He has allowed me to be able to consistently do this budget and to live with my kids. Today is our 1-year anniversary that we've been in this house. I've not been late on the mortgage once, and it's changed mortgage companies 3 times. But God blessed us in order to be able to have this home. We had a perfectly nice place to live in our apartment, but God knew we needed this, and we prayed for it. The kids and I prayed, and so now it's up to us to be good stewards over what he gives us. So we make the plan, and now the plan is to find an extra $25 somewhere every month so that we can pay off our mortgage all that much more quickly. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so lawn care, I have $50. So I'm going to do 2 20s and 2 5s. This is going to be for 2 lawn cuts. So 2 20s and 2 5s. That's going to go in my lawn care envelope. For groceries, I'm doing $75, 40, 60. A 10 is 70, and that's 75. So 75, and I'm going to put that in my wallet behind my grocery tab. That's the wrong tab. Open the grocery. Okay, and here's my groceries tab. So I'm going to just put that for, and that'll be for next week's groceries because we already have enough groceries for this week. And then I'm going to do groceries week 2. This will be groceries week 3. And groceries week 4. So I've got week 2, week 3, and week 4 at $75. And what I'm going to do this time is whatever I don't spend on groceries, if there's like change, I'm going to put it in an envelope and see what I have left. And then I'm going to take that money and chunk it on a bill. I'm not going to let it roll over to groceries. Now, normally I don't have extra grocery money, but if I do. So those are all my grocery weeks, 2, 3, and 4. I have 1 in my purse. Hair was 50. So I'm going to do 20, 40, and 50. This is for sister to get her hair done. This is way more. And way more than what she needs. It doesn't cost this much. But I hadn't kind of thought I would get my hair done as well. But maybe not. Jackson gets 12 for his birthday money. So this will be $12 to spend on whatever he wants. And he has already told me he wants something else on Amazon. So I may have to look on Amazon. I'm just going to put that behind my miscellaneous money. Gracie gets 35 for her food. Let's see, 35. That's for Gracie's food. It feels so weird to have just enough to cover things, because sometimes some months are just so hard. And a lot of people say, well, what do you do? I'm going to put that behind eating out because I don't have, well, no. I'm going to put that behind child care since Gracie's my child. I'll put that behind my child care envelope. Home improvements was 55. Let's see, 20, 40. I don't have another 5. Home improvement was 55 and blow money was 105. I mean, it was 50, so that would have been 105 altogether. So I have 20, 40, 60. I have 70 because I did spend some money before I got home. So I'm going to put 60 into my home improvement budget, and I know that 5 of this belongs in my blow money because I don't have any more 5s. For some reason I'm out of 5s, which that doesn't make any good sense, but that's okay. So I am going, I think he might have gave me an extra 10 at the bank instead of a 5. I'm going to put this blow money behind gifts for home improvement, and then mom's blow money, I do have a category for that, which is just my $10 left. And then I'll take 5 out of my home improvement budget because I spent $35. Now, I spent $35 extra on fruit, buying fruit. Just a few extra fruit things. And I could have taken that out of my grocery budget. But I just I may swap it back out, but it was fine. It wasn't a huge big deal. So anyway, that's the budget for May. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer that. If you have asked for the budget sheet and I have failed to send it to you, please send me an email and I'll have my email address linked below. If you need help with the budget sheet, if you can't figure out how to work it and you need help, please leave me a comment and we can do a conference call. I would be happy to help you as best as I can. I'm available to help you. I'll try to put a few more videos in there on how I use the sheet. But anyway, I hope you found this budget video helpful. I'm extremely thankful for these months like October and April when there is a little bit extra in the budget, when I'm able to do a few more things. And I hope you found the budgets helpful. If you like anything you've seen, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you. Hit that red button. We'd love to have you around for a long, long time. We count you as a friend. Like our video, give us a thumbs up. Just because you like the video, not for any other reason. And share it if you know somebody who is struggling with their budget or maybe needs a little bit of help and you've learned some things. Why don't you share the love with someone else, because it's just going to make your life and their life better. That's what we're here to do, help each other. So that's all I have for you guys, and you guys have a happy May, happy budgeting. We are honored to have you with us. We love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And until the next time we budget, bye.